NFL player fine summary for Week 4. As the NFL gears up for Week 5, several players have been penalized financially for various infractions during the previous week's games. Here's a breakdown of notable fines handed down. CeeDee Lamb, Dallas Cowboys. Total fine: $25.324. $11.255 for taunting during a 55-yard touchdown reception. $14.069 for mimicking a gun gesture after a first down reception. Other notable fines for violent gestures. Marshawn Lattimore, New Orleans Saints, $14.069. Allen Lazard, New York Jets, $14.069. Alontae Taylor, New Orleans Saints, $10.916. Jeremy McNichols, Washington Commanders, $6.250. Los Angeles Chargers. Denzel Perryman, $66.666 for unnecessary roughness, use of helmet, repeat offender. Khalil Mack, $22.511 for a helmet-to-helmet hit during a pass rush against the Kansas City Chiefs. Houston Texans. Nico Collins, $22.511 for unnecessary roughness, use of helmet after a reception. Seattle Seahawks. Zach Charbonnet, $45.020 for unnecessary roughness, use of helmet while blocking on a toss play. Detroit Lions. Jameson Williams, $14.069 for unsportsmanlike conduct after dunking the ball over the crossbar following a 70-yard touchdown reception. Miami Dolphins. Jalen Phillips, $16.883 for a low hit on Titans QB Will Levis, also suffered a season-ending knee injury. Buffalo Bills. Dwayne Smoot, $8.156 for unnecessary roughness after kneed Ravens fullback Patrick Ricard in the chin. Summary. These fines reflect the NFL's ongoing efforts to enforce player safety and uphold sportsmanship standards. Players will need to be mindful of their actions as the season progresses, especially with financial penalties affecting their wallets. Week 5 NFL Injury Report. As teams gear up for Week 5, several key players are dealing with injuries that could impact their games. Here's a rundown of the latest injury updates for each matchup. New York Jets vs Minnesota Vikings, in London. Jets. O.T. Morgan Moses, knee, out. LBC-J Mosley, toe. D.L. Lecky Fatu, hamstring, doubtful. Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson, knee, out. Baltimore Ravens at Cincinnati Bengals. Ravens. C.B. Arthur Mullard, knee, hamstring, out. R.B. Rasheen Ali, neck. W.R. Deontay Harty, knee. G. Andrew Voorhees, ankle, questionable. Bengals. D.T. Sheldon Rankins, hamstring, doubtful. C.B. Mike Hilton, knee. D.T. McKinley Jackson, knee. DeMiles Murphy, knee, questionable. Carolina Panthers at Chicago Bears. Panthers. L.B. Josie Jewell, hamstring, groin. L.B. Shaq Thompson, Achilles. C. Andrew Raham, concussion, out. O.L.B. Charles Harris, shoulder. Og Robert Hunt, hip. D.T. Shide Tuttle, foot. Tay Ian Thomas, calf. C.B. Dane Jackson, hamstring. W.R. Jalen Coker, foot, questionable. Bears. D.L. Zach Pickens, groin. D.B. Terrell Smith, hip, out. W.R. DeAndre Carter, ribs. O.L. Tevin Jenkins, ribs, questionable. Indianapolis Colts at Jacksonville Jaguars. Colts. C.B. Kenny Moore 2, hip. DeQuity Pay, quad. R.B. Jonathan Taylor, ankle, out. Q.B. Anthony Richardson, oblique, doubtful. O.T. Braden Smith, knee. C. Ryan Kelly, neck, questionable. Jaguars. L.B. Yasser Abdullah, neck. Tay Evan Engram, hamstring. D.B. Darnell Savage, quad. L.B. Devin Lloyd, knee. S. Daniel Thomas, hamstring, questionable. Buffalo Bills at Houston Texans. Bills. W.R. Khalil Shakir, ankle. S. Taylor Rapp, concussion. D.T. Ed Oliver, hamstring. D.T. Austin Johnson, oblique, out. L.B. Terrell Bernard, pectoral. C.B. Taron Johnson, forearm, questionable. Texans. R.B. Joe Mixon, ankle. Dederick Barnett, shoulder. DeJerry Hughes, hip, out. RB Damian Pierce, hamstring. LB Jake Hansen, back. DT Kurt Hinish, calf. Dylan Horton, illness. WR Robert Woods, foot. OT Titus Howard, hamstring, questionable. Cleveland Browns at Washington Commanders. Browns. RB Nick Chubb, knee. LB Jordan Hicks, ribs, elbow, triceps. RB Nyheim Hines, knee. OT James Hudson, shoulder. De Alex Wright, triceps, out. OT Jack Conklin, hamstring. Og Michael Dunn, illness. Tay David Joku, ankle. RB Pierre Strong Jr., hamstring. OT Jedrick Wills, knee, questionable. Commanders. WR Noah Brown, groin. DeClellan Farrell, knee, out. LB Jordan McGee, knee. DLFA Obada, tibia, fibula, doubtful. G Nick Allegretti, ankle. S Percy Butler, groin. QB Marcus Mariota, pectoral. S Tyler Owens, shin. RB Brian Robinson Jr., knee, questionable. Miami Dolphins at New England Patriots. Dolphins. S Jordan Poyer, shin, out. QB Skylar Thompson, ribs. WR Odell Beckham Jr., knee. CB Cam Smith, hamstring, questionable. Patriots. S Jabril Peppers, shoulder, out. LB Sione Takitaki, knee, doubtful. S Kyle Duggar, ankle. WRKJ Osborne, shoulder. WR Kendrick Bourne, knee. LB Anferny Jennings, shoulder. CB Jonathan Jones, shoulder. CB Marcus Jones, groin. G Michael Jordan, ankle. C Nick Leverett, ankle. OT Vidarian Lowe, knee. S Mart Mapu, calf. G Layden Robinson, ankle, wrist, questionable. Arizona Cardinals at San Francisco 49ers. Cardinals. OL Isaiah Adams, thumb. CB Garrett Williams, groin, out. OL Kelvin Beacom, hamstring. OL Christian Jones, ankle. K Matt Prater, left knee. DL Kiris Tonga, knee. Tay Trey McBride, ribs, questionable. 49ers. LB Flanagan Fowles, calf. De Yetor Gross Matos, knee, out. WR Chris Conley, oblique, doubtful. WR Jacob Cowing, shoulder. Tay George Kittle, ribs. LB Fred Warner, ankle. CB Isaac Yiadom, thigh. DT Kalia Davis, knee, questionable. Las Vegas Raiders at Denver Broncos. Raiders. WR Devontae Adams, hamstring. OT Thayer Munford, knee, ankle. CB DeCameron Richardson, hamstring. Tay Michael Mayer, personal. S Trey Taylor, knee. RB Zamir White, groin. LB Luke Masterson, knee, out. DeMax Crosby, ankle. LB Divine Diablo, oblique. LB Kanahi Maga, calf. G Dylan Parham, Achilles. WR Tyreek McAllister, shoulder, questionable. Broncos. RB Tyler Beatty, back, out. Green Bay Packers at Los Angeles Rams. Packers. DL Devontae Wyatt, ankle, out. WR Christian Watson, ankle. WR Romeo Dubes, personal, doubtful. CB Jair Alexander, groin. LB Edgerrin Cooper, hip. DL Jonathan Ford, calf. OL Elgton Jenkins, knee. OL Jordan Morgan, shoulder. Tay Luke Musgrave, ankle. CB Carrington Valentine, ankle, questionable. Rams. WR Cooper Kupp, ankle. DeLaurel Murchison, forearm, foot, out. New York Giants at Seattle Seahawks. Giants. WR Malik Neighbors, concussion protocol, out. RB Devin Singletary, groin, doubtful. CB Adoree Jackson, calf. DB Andrew Phillips, calf. OLB Matthew Adams, quad, questionable. Seahawks. DT Byron Murphy 2, hamstring. NT Cameron Young, knee, out. LB Boye Mafe, knee. S Julian Love, thigh, questionable. Dallas Cowboys at Pittsburgh Steelers. Cowboys. Demicah Parsons, ankle. WR Brandon Cooks, knee, out. CB Kalen Carson, shoulder. CB Trevon Diggs, ankle. LB Marist Lufau, quad, questionable. Steelers. OLB Alex Highsmith, groin. RB Jalen Warren, knee. RB Cordero Patterson, ankle. Michael Pruitt, knee, out. QB Russell Wilson, calf. OLB Jeremiah Moon, ankle, questionable. New Orleans Saints at Kansas City Chiefs. Saints. LB Willie Gay, hand. Taysom Hill, rib. G. Cesar Ruiz, knee. OL Shane Lemieux, ankle. Peyton Turner, knee, out. OL Lucas Patrick, groin. LB Pete Werner, hamstring, questionable. Chiefs. RB Clyde Edwards-Helaire, illness, doubtful. WR Michael Hardman, knee, questionable. Summary. With several star players listed as OUT or doubtful, this week's matchups will certainly be influenced by these injury reports. Teams will need to adapt their strategies to account for the absence or limited availability of key contributors. Potential trade destinations for Romeo Doubs. As tensions rise between Romeo Doubs and the Green Bay Packers, with the receiver being suspended for a game due to dissatisfaction with his role, trade rumors are heating up. Here are some intriguing landing spots for Doubs if the Packers decide to move him. 1. Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are always in the market for reliable pass catchers, especially after losing Rashee Rice to IR. Doubs could step in as a top target for Patrick Mahomes, complementing a receiving core that currently features rookies and lesser-known names. His skill set would fit well in Andy Reid's offense. 2. Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have been on the lookout for a solid wide receiver. Doubs could add depth alongside George Pickens and Calvin Austin III. While not as high profile as some targets, he offers a reliable option and could help stabilize the offense. 3. Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is in need of a number 2 wide receiver to support CeeDee Lamb. With Brandon Cooks sidelined, Doubs could provide an upgrade, bringing speed and hands to a unit looking for more playmakers. 4. New York Jets. A reunion with Aaron Rodgers could be in the cards. Doubs had a productive stint in Green Bay and could fit seamlessly into the Jets' offense, especially if they miss out on more prominent targets like Davante Adams. His familiarity with Rodgers would be a bonus. 5. New England Patriots. This is a bit of a sleeper option, but the Patriots desperately need offensive talent. With their current receiving core struggling, Doubs could bring youthful energy and a significant target share to a rebuilding offense, particularly with the Patriots' front office having historical ties to the Packers. 6. Washington Commanders. The Commanders could use another weapon alongside Terry McLaurin. Doubs would complement their receiving core well, and with the Commanders looking to build on their early season success, he could help elevate their passing attack. Conclusion. While the Packers have reportedly shut down trade inquiries for Doubs, the combination of his talent and the recent discord could prompt them to reconsider. If they do decide to move him, these destinations could provide him with fresh opportunities to thrive. The Los Angeles Rams have activated cornerback Darius Williams from injured reserve, allowing him to return for their matchup against the Packers after missing the first 4 games of the season due to a hamstring injury. Williams previously played for the Rams from 2018 to 2021 before spending time with the Jaguars this year. In a corresponding move, the Rams placed defensive lineman Larrell Murchison back on injured reserve. Murchison was initially designated for return this week, but he suffered a foot injury during practice that required him to be put back on the list. Additionally, the Rams elevated wide receiver Xavier Smith and cornerback Ahkello Witherspoon from the practice squad to provide added depth for the game. The Denver Broncos have placed running back Tyler Beatty on injured reserve following a back injury sustained during their Week 4 matchup against the Jets. Fortunately, the injury isn't serious, but it will sideline him for some time. Head coach Sean Payton had previously mentioned that Beatty was, possibly, a candidate for IR, and the decision was made to officially place him on the list on Saturday. To fill the roster spot, the Broncos have elevated inside linebacker Level Bailey from the practice squad ahead of their upcoming game against the Raiders. Beatty, a 6th-round pick by the Ravens in 2022, joined the Broncos after being signed off Baltimore's practice squad late last season. His absence will be felt as the team prepares for the challenges ahead.